everybody. Welcome to our talk with coffee or tea. I am Jacky. I'm a hypnotherapist, regression therapist, family constellation facilitator, and I'm here with Tanya, whose credentials in this field are enormous as well. And today we are going to talk about something that we all have heard at some point: mindfulness. We all have heard about it, we briefly know about it. We're going to discuss a bit more about it, and we're going to give away good tips to do with mindfulness. Handing over to you, Tanya.
Hello, Jacky. Hello, everybody who is watching. And my name is Tanya Parsons, and I'm also a hypnotist, hypnotherapist, NLP master and practitioner, EFT emotional freedom technique, emotional intelligence. I practice mindscaping, the wonderful tool created by Mike Mandel, and I teach my clients as well. Also, I'm a yoga and Pilates teacher, and I'm glad that we have this conversation today with Jacky, and we can talk about this wonderful thing which existed all the time, and we sometimes forget that what it is, and just come back to the roots, come back to the mindfulness. So what it is mindfulness? If you start thinking, and if you ask, especially if you ask scientists, how many thoughts a day we have more than around average person have got 60,000 thoughts a day. That's a lot. Unfortunately, half of those, or even more than half of some people, these are junk kind of thoughts. The thoughts about worrying about the future, which might happen and might not, we never know. Or there's some regrets or some stuck in the past with some, negative thinking. So the thing about our mind is a little bit wandering around, and it's like a monkey mind. And with this simple exercise, if you want to do it now with me, we can just see how fast our mind is. So, Jacky, I'd like you to think about a huge, bright pink elephant. Can you do that for me?
Yes.
That's cool. Yes. Wonderful. We all have got wonderful imagination and mind. And now, if I ask you, Jacky, to think about this pink huge elephant and only about this pink huge elephant for a minute, would you be able to do that?
Oh, no, lost it.
Okay.
What was that? 10 seconds, 15 seconds, yeah.
We don't really have that much control of our thoughts, and because of that, emotions as well are kicking in if the thoughts are negative. And there are some exercises, as you go to gym and you train your body to do certain things like running or squats or whatever you do, flexibility, the same thing you can do to your mind, and you can actually become more mindful, and you can have more control of your thoughts, your emotions, your behaviors because of that. So when you think about something, you don't have to react certain way, and you have this little moment to choose. Either you react or respond to situation. And that is for me the essence of mindfulness, of being present and being aware of what you feel, of what you think each and every moment of your time, or most of it. Of course, we can't control to that extent, but that exercises, that practice in mindfulness will give us a great tool to bring yourself back from the worried past pattern or the past pattern into the present moment, the moment that we live now. That's why mindfulness and the present moment are very, very close connected. And another word is there as well, awareness. So we are aware every moment of what we feel, because sometimes people feel angry and they don't know about it. They just act on that feeling. So that's the things we're going to discuss today. And Jacky and me are going to give you a really, really good tool to start your journey to become more mindful and practice it when you need it, when you want it, and when you choose it, to get more control over your life, over your behaviors, over your reactions, and even thoughts. I give the word to Jacky again.
Absolutely, Tanya, I agree with you. One key thing that I took from what you just said, to be able to put mindfulness in our current situation, right? Most of us are stuck somewhere, either with our family or we are alone, and how we can use the tips that we're going to give you in our present situation, wherever you may be, whatever it is, whatever situation that you may be. But one key thing that I took away from what you said is our mind. It is always either in the past or it's worrying in the future. It's in the grip of emotions of past or future. But as somebody has strongly said, that the only place that we live is in now and in our body. So the only place actually that we live is in this moment, and it is in this body. This is our house. And the best way to be able to understand that is to be able to bring our mind to this house, to this body. And it can be done as easily as breathing. So my techniques are to do with breath. The breath that is actually the sustaining force for our survival, and how to bring our breath so that it can get our attention to our body in this moment. And once you're being able to do that, you're being able to get your presence, your awareness in here and now, and that sort of brings in a relief. That sort of brings in a relief. That brings in a presence, and you overcome all your worries, your stress, your anxiety. You overcome it in that essence, and that is what is mindfulness, mindful breathing that we're going to learn now. So let me show that to you right away.
Sure.
Tanya, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So what we do over here is we are simply going to be breathing. Tanya, why don't you close your eyes with me? Please close your eyes with me when you're ready. Lovely. Okay. And now just bring your attention, your focus to your breath. To see how it feels to breathe in through your nose, down through your windpipe into your lungs, and then out from your lungs, out through your nostrils, out. Just feel your breath. And now, with my count, we're going to exercise something that is called square breath. That is equal amount of breathing in and breathing out. So with my count, just breathe in. I'll count until 4. So breathe in with my count starting now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold and out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Going again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold and out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time. 1, 2, 3, 4. In, hold and out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Here, gently open your eyes. So this is square breath. Breathing an equal amount in and out. This brings your body, your breath, and your body into a sense of equilibrium. A state of harmony, a state of balance that we constantly want to be. Doing this every morning, just for 5 minutes. Just being able to breathe in equal amounts in and out brings your state in that zone of equilibrium. Presence to your body, just by being able to focus on your breath and putting in that energy into your day. This is the energy this is the intention, this is the energy that I'm putting into the day, an energy of equilibrium, right? So this is one thing. And now, just as a continuation to this breath, all right, once you have done, say, about 4 or 5 minutes of only equal breathing, what you continue with is, I'll do this again with you. Yes, Tanya is ready with her eyes closed. Lovely. So now, with your eyes closed, just bring your attention to your feet. Bring all your attention to your feet. They may be on the ground, they may be crossed, or maybe just stretched out. However it is, just bring your attention to your feet and see how your feet feel. And then bring your attention to your hip and feel how it feels, how rested it is. And then to your back. Just feel how your back feels rested. And your neck and your head. Bring your entire attention to your body. And then Gently bring your attention to your ears. Focus on your ear. Hear any sound that you may hear. Any sound. It could be in the room, outside the room, far away somewhere. Or it could be also possible that you don't hear any sound at all. And that's okay as well. And feel how it feels how to not hear anything. And now bring your attention to your skin and feel how your skin feels, especially your palm. Does it feel warm, cold, moist? Feel any feeling that you feel on your skin. And then bring your attention to your nose. And with your breath, smell in. Smell what you can smell. Is there any particular smell that you can smell? Any particular fragrance? Or it is possible that you don't smell anything at all. And feel how it feels not to smell. And this way, you gently broaden your complete attention to your body, which is in here and now. Gently open your eyes. Yeah. How are you feeling, Tanya?
Yeah, I'm glad to do this exercise with you, Jacky, and that your voice, your guidance were beautiful. I was I was like coming back from somewhere, some journey deep inside myself. It was wonderful, wonderful
And
tool.
that is very important what you said, coming back from somewhere, which is the idea of the exercise. So as much as present you may feel you are, at every point when you remind yourself, by just thinking about your body, you are always coming back into your body. And that moment, that feeling of coming back into the presence is of essence.
Yeah,
Right.
beautiful.
Right.
Always,
Wonderful.
whatever situation is, while you're breathing, you still always have yourself, and that exercise is fantastic tool to show that you're
Absolutely.
okay.
Absolutely. And as Tanya mentioned as well, there are times when something happens and you immediately go to react without thinking, without, so bringing your attention to your breath gives you that moment to step back. It gives you that moment to step back. It could be possible that your child has done something massive, and it happens to us all the time, breaking glass and, tossing over, um, spilling things over, and you rush towards reacting to it. But just if you take a step back and then respond to it, the entire equation with your child, or whatever it is that you need to work on, changes in that instant moment. And it's your breath, it's training your mind with breathing that helps you to do that. So the more frequently you do this, the more regularly you do this, you're being able to train your mind to be in this zone. So that is one. Now we'll quickly learn one more tip that will help specifically in this situation, especially if you're going through, if you come across feelings of fear, anxiety, stress very often, and this tip is really really going to help you. So what you do is you quickly fetch a pen and paper, a pencil or a paper.
We'll
Danny,
give,
would you want to do this? We will try this.
I'd love to do it. Um,
Okay.
we've got
So
it ready. We'll give some time for people maybe to get ready as well. So because we've
okay.
done it before, that's a wonderful tool. I'm going to do it with you again. That's something I learned from Jacky, and it's wonderful to have a friend hypnotist you can learn new things from. Okay,
Yes.
I'm
We
ready.
love absolutely. I do this a lot. I do this very often, and I find this very, 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 very relieving. And I like to always, talk about things that has helped me in my own personal space as well. So knowing what changes I've felt. So here we go. So once you have your pencil and your paper, you make a note of all the things that either makes you stressed or brings in any kind of fear or any kind of anxiety. So you make a list of all the things, but right now for this exercise, we'll just jot down three things. Three things that causes any kind of stress. And to be able to write that without any judgment. We are in this constant process where we're used to judging ourselves all the time. So try and write down whatever it may be, whatever that causes fear, stress, without any judgment. List down 3 things. Let me know when you're ready, Tanya.
Ready, Jacky.
Lovely. Okay. So now, Tanya, when you look at that list, okay, when you have a second look at that list, you will find that one thing that catches your attention the most, that brings in the most fear or the most stress or more anxiety. That one thing. And we'll start with that thing first, that brings in the most sort of that feeling in you. Okay. So what you do is then, with me, you close your eyes and you imagine that word here in between your eyes. You imagine that word in between your eyes. And it is possible that that word may take a picture. That word can simply change into a picture or a scene or an imagination, because that word brings an emotion in you. So it is likely that it can change into a picture or a scene or an imagination in between your eyebrows. And you will start to feel how it feels to imagine that word in your body. So now what you do is you take a deep breath in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth, making a bubble. Imagine you're making a bubble through your mouth. Taking another breath in through your nose, breathing out through your mouth and making that bubble bigger. And every time you breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, you make that bubble bigger and bigger and lighter and lighter. And you breathe out all of that fear or stress or anxiety into the bubble until it becomes so big, so light, that you're ready to tie it and let it go. It's light, it flows away into the air, lighter and lighter, further and further, further and further away from you, into the air, into the space, further and further. Then you open your eyes and see how it feels now in your body.
I'm trying to feel the same amount of feeling that I felt. And no. And it's the second time we're doing this exercise, right, Jacky?
Yes, we are.
And I took a different feeling and I've done it. And there was irritation and it wasn't today, it was just some day ago, just after you showed me. And I felt a tremendous, like now at the moment, I really didn't have that much of the feeling, and it was gone like after, I don't know, first breathing out a second, but that feeling like of anger, it was connected to some situation. And before reacting, before doing something, I've done the exercise Jacky taught me, and then looking around, trying to find the feeling I felt before. I was like, wow, it's gone. Now I can do my things.
Wonderful. So were you able to imagine something when you were able to imagine the word? Did a scene or something pop up in your head that brought in that irritation again?
Exactly. It was a situation when yes, you know, when the situation.
Yes. Exactly.
Like you expected something or you paid money for something and it came out completely different way. And I was like, oh.
Fair enough. Fair enough situation. Right.
What should I do? Shall I just go and complain to my husband? Or, you know, like, you can't just react on the kid, the pure, you know, innocent kid who came up in the wrong time in the kitchen or something. And you want to deal with the situation as an adult, right? So I've done it. And thank you, Jacky. That is a very good.
Absolutely.
I'm going to use
You're
it.
Most welcome.
I'm already using
Most
it.
Welcome.
The best about all this, if you start using them straight away after you watch them, you get better and better, and it will feel more and more and more effect, and you will feel more benefit.
Absolutely. As I said, it's coming from my own personal space. So as Tanya said, it doesn't only have to be stress, fear, and anxiety. You can go about to irritation. You can go about to anger, and it doesn't have to limit to only three things. You can go about to making a list of 20 things or 50 things that brings in any sort of emotion that you don't need in the space right now, and you just keep ticking off your list and just keep breathing out, breathing out, breathing out, and you will see a difference when you have completed your entire list. You see a shift, you see a difference within yourself, and that is beautiful, right? So there
Definitely.
you go. I hope all of you who are watching try it out, and if anybody has tried it out, please feel free to leave your experience, your comments below, and yeah, we would love to see that. All
We'll,
right.
yeah, we'd love to
So
hear.
that's about breathing. Good luck to everybody with your days in wherever you are. And now passing on back to Tanya for her tips. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, thank you, Jacky. So yeah, as Jacky showed you the first step, kind of the first basic and very, it's the most efficient, I think, step is to bring your awareness to your breath. Maybe control your breath to control your emotion as well. That's what we did the first exercise, right, with the counting. And the second is to bring awareness on your body. That was beautifully done by Jacky as well. She guided us through the sensations in the toes and the fingertips, and also smells and sounds. So kind of focus your attention on your body sensations, on what you can see, what you can smell, what you can hear. And another way of practice, daily you can practice mindfulness and become so good at it and change your relationship with food. And many of us really want to do that because we have this kind of emotional eating problems sometimes, and especially in time of lockdown when you stay at home and the fridge is next to us. So this tip, this tool, when I done it the first time, it was really eye-opening, and it really changed my relationship with the food. So let's do that together. I know that Jacky prepared already the food, so I ask you to prepare any little piece of food. It can be fruit, it can be a piece of bread, it can be raisin, or a piece of mandarin or orange, whatever you have. So we have these oranges today with us. Or yeah, what do you have, Jacky?
Yes, I have my Mandarin orange.
Cool. So
Yes.
that's a fun exercise as well because it's engaged eating. It can be a piece of cake as well. Anything that you enjoy. It doesn't have to be healthy, and but the more healthy food if you do it with something which is not that good for your body, you might not even enjoy it. So it's just as efficient. So anyway, we start the exercise right now. Prepare any piece of food, raisin, piece of orange or apple, and look at it, Jacky. Just keep gazing at it.
Okay. Hmm.
So you just look at this piece of food, and I'd like you can put it in your palm as well, to appreciate the color, maybe a few colors. You can notice the shape. What does it remind you of? And the texture. You can feel if it's after the fridge, you can feel the coolness. You can touch it now, how soft or hard it is. Just register this whole. Bring it out, take it in your hands and bring it next to your nose. Jacky, give it a good smell. And at the same time, notice what's happening in your mouth. And the next is a funny bit. Put it next to your ear and give it a squeeze or a move. It's funny, isn't it? How does it sound, Jacky?
Mm.
Make some
And
sound.
there is sound. Yes.
And then bring it again next to your mouth. And before putting it in, just give me a little report what's happening in your mouth.
Oh, there's a lot of saliva already.
Cool. So you're ready. The digestion already started just by looking and touching, right? Now you gently
Yes.
put your food into your mouth. Just put this piece of orange in your mouth. Don't bite on it yet. Just put it and roll it around a few times around your mouth. And already you can start feeling some taste because in our tongue we have lots of different receptors.
Mm.
Now give it only one bite, just one. And see what's happened. Maybe you can feel that the juice already start coming out, and what kind of taste in the mouth, and give it another bite now. We're not gonna torture you. Give it one more. Just get in touch with all the sensations and tastes and feelings. And chew. Don't swallow it yet. Don't swallow. Keep chewing until you feel that you're ready. And then I ask you to chew 5 more times. Before you put it all down.
Wow.
So that was
I'm noticing that I'm still chewing, and it's amazing. I mean, I've done this exercise with you, Tanya, and it's so amazing. Like I've started to relish, to enjoy my oranges so much more. Yeah.
Exactly. That's the exercise you can do, at least with a snack or whenever you have time. You can switch off your mobile, switch off the television, stop texting or reading, or even talking to, anybody, and practice it for 16 days only. And let me know. You can write me a comment or something. How is your food? People, actually, my clients, they say that their preferences are changing, and the habit, the overeating problem is mainly habitual problem. So this very simple, very easy exercise you can practice in your own time, and you don't have to do it through all your meal. Of course, you want to enjoy some time with your family, but just from time to time to bring your awareness of how you eat, what you eat, and be mindful during eating is going to help you lots, and it will be another tool in your box of mindfulness. So I enjoyed this exercise. I wish you've done it with us, so you can do it later. And
absolutely. I would just like to add to teach your kids, because the kids, they as you were mentioning to me earlier, right, Tanya, they are so natural. They like to play with the food, and they're naturally mindful.
yeah, after that, I've alone many years ago with my friends at some retreat, and when I came back and I saw my little youngest kid was eating with his hands and enjoying his food, and before I used to tell him, don't eat with your hands. Now I just encouraged them. I said, yeah, look at that, look what color is it or what shape. We play with the children this game. Now they're grown up, and I feel a little bit, not regret, but I think now I would not pay so much attention if the kid is playing with the food. We think he's playing, but he's discovering. He sees all these textures and colors and everything. So we can just allow it, because at that moment he's practicing mindfulness, and let them be, because kids are naturally very good at mindfulness. Just when you're staying at home, they will ask you to play with them, and that can be your exercise of mindfulness as well. So you just disconnect and go and stay with them. Okay, so I just want to last thing about mindfulness. For me, when I think about mindfulness, the name of Jon Kabat-Zinn comes out into the mind, and this book is probably the biggest book about mindfulness, with the steps by steps how to practice. It's called Full Catastrophe of Living, and it's not about catastrophe at all. It's all the tools and exercises and meditations that we can do to bring your to bring yourselves into the present moment, or to be mindful. So a bit about Jon Kabat-Zinn. He's an American professor of medicine, and he's a creator of stress reduction clinic in Massachusetts. He's he's a founder of Cambridge Zen Center, and he learned a lot, not only from the science part, but also from different quite famous monks. And he is a greatest advocate of mindfulness. So if you want to learn more in this sphere, so Jon Kabat-Zinn, he's still alive. He's a lot on YouTube and everywhere. So that's the person to explore with a little bit more. And also another book which I found quite nice to read in this sphere was The Power of Mind by Eckhart. He's been to Dubai, and I was lucky as well to be there in that space. So they also teach you to ground in the present moment without judging, and whatever feeling you feel, just registering. So there are no wrong feelings, wrong emotions, but you can act wrongly, right? You can act on something and regret about it. Mindfulness teaches you to accept what you feel and to choose your behavior. And I think that's the main takeaway today for everyone. Just to finish today's session, the quote from John Kabat-Zinn: mindfulness is the awareness that arises by paying attention on purpose in the present moment and non-judgmentally. And for your tools, definitely. I'm so happy that we're collaborating and learn so much from each other.
I'm so happy to have had this chat with you as well, and we're going to continue doing this. You'll find a lot more coming forward in your way as well. Thank you, Tanya, very much.
Thank you. So just to say it again, we're going to continue. Next hour conversation is going to be continuing the mindfulness, and we're going to talk a little bit what we're doing, why we're in hypnosis, and how the meditation and hypnosis and informations are connected. So thank you, Jacky, and see you next week. See you soon. Stay tuned, guys.